road to success is brought to you by Equity Bank. Equity Bank, empowering Kenyans to drive Kenya.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Don't go away. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest tonight is Mwangi Kirubi from the ARC. Welcome, Mwangi.
Thank you very much, Anne.
Tell us about the ARC and when it started, why?
We're a collection of Kenya's finest new media talent. So we're not your typical advertising agency where you'll walk in and get your press ad, your TV commercials, and your radio commercial, and maybe your billboard. We actually do much more. What we do is that we actually take brands from non-existence to existence. And now we give them an existence, like coming up with the name of the brand, coming up with the stylistic devices, if it's anything like logo, the application of the logos, and the colors, what kind of colors you want to have. We even go take it a step further and actually develop for you a website and your communication style. We communicate the brand not only on website, we can also do TV commercials, radio commercials, billboards, direct marketing, because there's some businesses whom their clients, you cannot reach them on radio or on the usual conventional media. It should be things like sending direct mailers to them, things like brochures, flyers, and even maybe like letters or on email or even SMS, because SMS technology has been moved to another platform. The ARC has been in existence as a unit for 3 years now, but before that we were actually operating in our individual capacities.
So have you always been in business?
For me, I had been in employment for 7 years after I left college. Oddly enough, I got trained as a graphic designer, but I've never worked as a graphic designer. I worked for a copywriter as a copywriter for an agency for 4 years, and after that for a radio station for 3 years.
So tell me about the team that came together to form the ARC, and how that happened, the registration of the same, how the name came to be. Many questions, but all related.
The name actually came from the three of the guys who we work together. A is for Alex, which is my other name, which I hardly use nowadays. R is for a guy who is very good at things like Flash and graphics. He's called Rostom. And K is for Makumi, but short of it is Kumi. So that's why we get ARK, ARC. And then we just added V to become like the ARC. Like there's no other ARC. It's the one.
Well, you guys sound like a family.
We are friends, number one. Then after that, we are working together. We don't even consider ourselves to be business partners. We are people who are doing something, enjoying it, getting paid for it, and we're doing it together. Before it even got registered, we'd still been talking with guys saying, by the way, we need to come together. We need to work as a team. So it had been going on for a while. But once we got our office is when we decided yes, and everyone had to contribute. You come and see the office, go like, do you think this is actually somewhere where you'd like to work? And guys said, yeah, we'd like to actually do this. And so the ARC got born.
How have clients gotten to know that you exist?
Mostly it's through referrals. We can't say we've really advertised ourselves. The best thing that we can actually sell you is your work. In fact, there's a saying that in advertising that goes, you're only as good as your best campaign, as your last campaign, such that when a client is looking at you, they will not look at what you did 2 years ago. They will look at the last job you did. So what you do is that everything that you do it with the sort of finesse you'd expect. If you're the client, you'd actually like the very same kind of input.
There's a perception that media, anything to do with media is expensive. In fact, I don't think it's a perception. It is true that media is expensive. How are you able to, maintain your costs in a way that is affordable for your clients and still make some money?
The thing is that quality comes at a cost. Quality has its price at the end of the day. Let's say if I'm going to charge you something like 10,000 shillings to do a poster, if someone else will give you a poster also for 500 shillings, but the question is how much business will you get from that 500? When you put that poster on the wall, will it give you the same kind of business or the same kind of impact that a 10,000 shillings or a 5,000 shillings poster will give you? So that is the question, what do you want? We cost our work in a way knowing that this is actually an investment you're making. You're going to invest maybe 10,000 bob in this project, and we almost like don't guarantee, but with the hope or the projection that actually your return is going to be much more than what you've invested.
We need to take a short break now. So when we return, we'll hear more about the ARC. Stay with us.
Kenya, a land of contemporary culture. Kenyans are constantly molding the old and the new to create fresh cultural experiences. Only in Kenya can one see a Kikuyu bride sung out of her father's home going to church. Only in Kenya do the modern and traditional straddles merge so beautifully. Equity Bank is a Kenyan bank. We are a bank of Kenyans, by Kenyans, for Kenyans. We embrace contemporary Kenyan culture, listening, adopting, and adapting to serve our customers better. It's another reason we are proud to be Kenyan. Equity Bank, the listening, caring financial partner.
Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest tonight is Mwangi Kirubi from the ARC. Welcome, Mwangi.
Thanks a lot, Anne.
Yeah. Before we went on the break, you shared with us about the history of the ARC, how you guys came together. I like the family bit in your company. Maybe you can run us through again the product line and the services that, when someone comes to the ARC, expects to receive.
What you do is branding. It can be called branding, and it's not the branding where you put a logo on the back of a vehicle or anything of the sort, or on a billboard or on an office block. No, it's actually coming up with brands. It's taking a brand from non-existent, taking a brand from something you have in your mind to something that is actually in somebody's cupboard at home, or in somebody's, if it's a computer program, in somebody's computer, or if it's a TV program, it's something that somebody is gonna watch each and every day of their lives. Yeah. So from coming up with a name, how it's gonna look, how it's gonna talk to people, and the kind of relationship it has with people, because a brand is actually a product. It's the relationship between a product and the consumer. That is what a brand becomes, because like if it's water, there's so many types of water. But why will somebody walk into a supermarket and pick one brand of water and not another? Why will somebody go home and watch one TV station and not another? It's because of the relationship that they have with the TV station, or with the brand of water, or the shoe polish, or the kind of margarine. Yeah, so that's what we do. We create that relationship, that bond between the consumer you want to reach to and your product.
Do you also deal with people who already are established and already have a brand, or people who just need one-off services?
We don't target anyone, because there are people who've walked into our office as individuals, and we've worked with them, because we actually see your potential. We know that today's small client is tomorrow's big client. Today's guy who's just average guy walking the streets of Nairobi will be the guy who will be like calling the shots in a few years' time, and it's good to establish a relationship with them.
Any challenges?
One of the challenges comes when you're dealing with maybe like clients or suppliers, because sadly the industry has gotten to a point whereby suppliers are used to like giving kickbacks, passing some money in an envelope underneath the desk for them to get jobs, and that is not it for us. We believe in firm Christian principles, whereby if you qualify to do the job, you're going to get it. If you don't qualify and there's somebody else who is better qualified than you are, then they're going to get it. It's not a matter of How much money am I going to get out of this deal? What's my cut? What's my commission? Yeah, it's not about that. It's, can you do the job? I have a client who requires posters printed. What kind of quality of posters can you print? Yeah, can you be able to deliver in good time? Is your cost good enough? Is your quote good enough? Then I can work with you.
Tell me about your lessons learned.
When you're setting up a business, make sure you have somebody to handle the finances. It is very, very important. You need to get your finances in check, because what happens is if you don't get your finances in check, KRA will come knocking on your door and can easily shut you down.
5 years from now, where do you hope to see it?
5 years from now, we'd like ARC to be not just a noun, but a verb, such that if you want something done well, you need to ARC it. We'd like to become like this one place where you get, if you're looking for the best web developers, that is where they are. If you're looking for the best animators, that is where they are. If you're looking for the best designers in the world, in Kenya, that is where they are.
Mwangi, it's been a pleasure having you on our show. Thank you for sharing your story with us. I wish you well.
Thank you for having me.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. When we return, we'll be speaking to a consultant. Don't go away.
Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank. Equity Bank, empowering Kenyans to drive Kenya.